Joel N.R. Powell. Welcome to the NR Mindset, where creativity and determination create success. And we here with episode 4. Now, episode 4, I got two more questions that were given to me, and I'm going to answer them accordingly. I'm grateful for all the questions, grateful for all the responses. Thank you very much. Now, what was the inspiration behind the book? The book, Black Empowerment Minority Issues, and how did I go about separating each chapter? Now, the inspiration. Bottom line, I grew up in low-income housing. Now, what society calls low-income housing. When I was growing up in it, it didn't feel like I was in anything that could be considered low anything. I grew up in a wonderful neighborhood that some people may look at on the outside was harsh, but living there, I never knew it was rough until stuff started happening to me. But in regards to the book, that's what inspired that. My childhood, my growing up, and the environment I came out of. Because as I grew up, I realized how much God had protected me from a lot of things that didn't happen for other people. A lot of other young men from my era growing up, they didn't make it out of the neighborhood. They died young, they lost their lives, they ended up in prison, they ended up in gangs. All those things, I escaped that. Mind you, it was happening right in front of me. And I'll tell people something right now. One of the most gangster things you can do is when you grow up in an environment where problems are there nonstop, and you can avoid that and still be yourself. That is the most gangster thing a person can ever do. And those things motivated me to write a book about what I saw growing up. And when I grew up as a man and I looked back into these communities, what was happening. And how that's what made me separate each thing. Because at first, when I decided to write a book, I thought about the things that was happening most. There was always disputes within family. There was always issues with employment. There was always issues with faith. There was always issues with health. There was always issues with finance. There was always issues with relationships, because you would find there were a lot of single parent homes, and there was always an issue with the law. You know, police coming in, police arresting people, police breaking up disputes, breaking up fights. It was profound growing up. And when I got older again and I was able to not be in that environment, it was something that I realized I had to address so I can teach the generation after me how to avoid the things that I saw. Because no one didn't teach me how to avoid it. I'll be honest, no one taught me how to avoid it. To be honest with you, a lot of times people kind of left me to go through it because they didn't really see the big deal in it. But when I was younger, I had so much goals in my head to achieve that I could feel it wasn't an environment for me. So once I separated each chapter, I came up with the idea of, like, I'm going to tell people what I experienced. I'm going to tell people what to get out, what to avoid, what to stay away from, and I'm going to give people solutions so it doesn't happen to them. So when I finished with the book now, I compelled that into the film, where I interviewed people that deal with family, people who deal with employment, people who deal with faith, people who deal with health, people who deal with finance, people who deal with relationships, people who deal with the law. Now that hence came police officers, doctors, financial planners. I interviewed them about the chapters in the book to give a more professional, profound, opinion about what I was talking about. So that became a real playoff, because it gave people the chance to say that whatever of the 7 topics that they needed help with the most, they can hear it from a personal standpoint and a professional standpoint. So I gave people 2 different options to what can relate to them. Spreading positivity comes at a cost. That's what I was asked. And I will address that. Spreading positivity comes at a cost, and how did I overcome those struggles while I was doing what I was doing with the book and the film and the song and put it together. Now I will tell people this. Spreading positivity sometimes it feels like, first of all, that it's coming at a cost. And the cost is sometimes people feel stressed. They feel like nobody believes in them. They feel people don't understand them. They feel like they're left alone. But in reality, it's something that a lot of people don't feel or understand is true. Positivity may come at a cost in the form of the way you feel at the moment, but in reality, it's the greatest essence of why you should be who you are. Because positivity will always win. You may feel stressed today. You may feel that people are not even recognizing your work. There are times when I think, people told me this. I'm going to keep it real, that my book would not reach anywhere. People told me my film will not reach anywhere. People told me my music will not reach anywhere. Those are the things you're going to be told when you're doing something that's really great. Good things are always misunderstood because nobody else is doing it. The reason why people sometimes will run down what's negative is because negativity seems like, oh, that's going to work. So keep doing that. Follow what everybody else is doing. But when you decide to become a leader in your life, when you decide to take on the reins of what God put in your heart, yeah, you're going to face challenges. But the cost is, if you don't do it, you'll never know. You don't follow what God put in your heart, you're never going to know what you could have became. So you have to know that in the long run, that's the ultimate payoff. And I'm able to know that and experience that because through the book, the film, and the soundtrack, it changed my life forever. It gave me an opportunity to leave one country and navigate to another country through my God-given talent. It doesn't get any better than that. That my God-given talent gave me the ability to tour between two different countries, to be able to take my work here and bring it over here, and be able to circulate another part of the world to get new fans, meet new people, and change my life. So I'm grateful and thankful for that. And at the end of the day, we have to always remember positivity is a must. It's Joel N.R. Powell. It's the N.R. mindset where creative always comes first, where vision, creativity, and determination will create your success. Thank you very much. Episode 4, we in there. Peace.